This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexis Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit, Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hello, this is Betty Boa, the most dangerous snake from underground, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it is a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with Betty Boa.
Hello.
How are you, Betty?
I'm good, thank you. And thank you for the invite. It's really nice meeting you.
You as well. And can you tell us where the Boa is constricting next, event-wise?
Good question. I am based in Vienna, and that's where all of my upcoming events are. Vienna, Austria.
Right. And where can we find you on social media?
My name on Instagram is Betty Boa WUW. My home promotion, World Underground Wrestling.
And can we find merchandise?
Sure. I have t-shirts and magnets and coffee cups, all the variation, whatever you like. Have you seen my t-shirts?
I did. It's very colorful.
Yeah, right. I think that suits me very well, and all my fans. They like it colorful.
Could fans order that online, or is it only at events?
Of course, you can buy the merch at all the events I perform, and you can just DM me, and I'll be able to mail it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't have to go looking for it. The link to her social media will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox.
Perfect.
Now, you work for WUW. Can you tell us about your relationship with the company?
World Underground Wrestling is a very special company, and that's where I started wrestling originally. I really like it because it has a different vibe. The major difference to other promotions is that we don't even use a ring. Can you imagine wrestling without a ring?
Right.
It requires so much more knowledge in actual fighting and martial arts, because you don't have the ropes or the ring to do moves on your opponent, and the training started very different from trainings in the ring. So I am really good at chain wrestling and technical moves. So that's what I like about the WUW. And of course, I started wrestling in the ring too, and I got more experience. But underground is my home, you know?
Right. Is there like you started wrestling without a ring? Was it a
Yes.
challenge for you to actually compete inside a ring when you started?
Definitely, yes. In the ring, everything, it felt like I have never wrestled before. I thought, okay, nice. Now I can wrestle in the ring. It's, just a few stairs upstairs, and that's the difference. No, it's absolutely not. It's so much more different, and everything is faster. Everything happens faster. When you shoot someone off to the rope, they're right back and hit you with a clothesline. Like, what's going on? But it was a new challenge for me, and I like it. And I still like challenging myself, and I keep training in the ring.
Do you like wrestling without a ring or inside the ring?
I like both, and it's it's like a balance. Sometimes it's fun to do this, sometimes it's fun to do this, and I think for me it's really important to know both.
I understand.
Yeah.
Well, talking about you, WUW, apologize. You are the current world championess. What
Yes.
does holding that title mean to you?
Wow, it's such an honor to me to be World Underground Wrestling Championess, but also it gives me so much um, confirmation. I feel so strong now that I was able to defend the title, to win the title from a man. Yeah, a man was holding the title, the championess title, and I was able to win it back. And I stand for all the women in World Underground Wrestling.
The one thing I found interesting about that title, it's not a belt. It's actually a medal.
Yes, that's true. And that's also what makes underground wrestling different from the other companies. Uh, every I think a belt looks nice, yeah, but the medal is special. You remember it, right? So everybody says, "Oh, what's that? Is it a title?" Yes, it's the World Underground Wrestling World Championess title. And I don't even know how to read Japanese, but uh, uh, World Underground Wrestling Champion on the title, and I'm so proud of it.
Definitely, like you said, it's more, it's memorable. People notice it. Uh, but I mean, there is still room on your waist for a belt.
True that, true that.
No,
maybe
I'll continue.
maybe sooner or later, I will be able to have another belt, to have another title. It 2024 is the year to explore European wrestling. I want to I want to wrestle in more countries and more companies, and I just wanna be seen in Europe.
Well, you have done a lot of traveling already as well. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but you competed in Japan. No?
Yes, that's true.
What would what did that mean to you, and what was the experience like?
It was a very special experience, and I'm so glad I had the possibility to have a match in Japan it was for Pro Wrestling Secret Base in Tokyo, and it was amazing. I was there with my tag team, a European tag team in Japan, and you know, nobody knew us there. That was a new experience. When I wrestled for my home company, everybody knows me. Everybody knows Betty Boa. She's the WUW championess nowadays. But over there, I'm some weird snake lady from Austria, and people didn't know who I was, but I made clear they will remember me.
Oh, obviously, a different type of crowd. What was the difference in like crowd reactions that you saw keep competing in Japan, um, you know, rather than Austria?
I think the audience is more quiet. It's quieter and calm, and not like in Austria where people are yelling and shouting and drinking, which is fun. And then you know where you're at, as then you know if people like you or hate you. But in Japan, people seemed a little bit confused of who I am. Good experience though.
You got to team actually with your trainer, Humongous as well.
Yes.
What was it like, teaming with the guy that trained you?
It gave me a very secure feeling about it. A tag team has to. A tag team is a team. I don't know how to describe it.
There has to be
a team,
trust.
you must trust each other, and you must know the other person who they are. And I feel honored that he chose me to be in his team, and I felt secure him having in my team.
All right.
Same with Rosie. She's a really good training partner. I have wrestled against her, so I know she is good. But also I like her as my partner to wrestle other teams.
Okay. Now, one name that you wrestled against that caught my eye was Alexis Lee, one of the well-known independent names, especially in Asia. What was the experience like competing against Alexis Lee?
Wow, she's good, but also not trustful. It was a triple threat. It seemed like she wanted to team up with me against the Chelsea Marie,
Yes.
The local hero from Philippines. But it turned out no. Alexis, she is a selfish. Yes, insert bad word. I'm not playing with her cards.
Hey, she took an opportunity. She's been doing this a long time.
Okay, yeah. If that's the technique, she knows after wrestling for a long time, I'm not on her side. No.
Fair enough. One thing I noticed in that match was that the ropes for the ring were actually chains. Um, steel chains. How was that?
Wow, I was just trying not to touch them because they scared me. I I tried not to get near them because they hurt so much. I was able to train in the ring the day before the match, and it's actually dangerous. And I was lucky. I did not go into the ropes too much, but some other wrestlers that they got choked in the ropes hard.
Ooh. Ouch. Alright. You mentioned it. That match was in the Philippines. What was
Yes.
the experience like competing, wrestling in the Philippines?
For me, it was first time wrestling abroad, and it was already very far away. And I don't know what was the major difference. Actually, I noticed that wrestling is such a great community that is unique all over the world, wherever you are. It gives you a safe space in the community wherever you are, but still there are differences. And it was just really nice to meet other wrestlers from over the world and to network with them and to have the experience to wrestle such a big, important person like Alexis Lee.
Okay. Oh, I do have to ask. Being in a different country, different culture. What are you eating?
Oh, interesting question. So I am vegan, so it's a challenge to eat always. So yeah, because like everywhere, vegans don't have it easy. I really like rice and beans. It's the my main ingredient for everything, rice and beans. And well, I like pizza, pasta, veggies. No, nothing special. I'm an easy person.
But like when you're in the Philippines, what was you eating in the Philippines?
Oh no. Uh, I was eating Burger King, but the vegan one, the plant-based Burger King, every day.
Okay.
But I liked it.
I mean, fair enough. But going back to your time in Japan, what was you eating in Japan?
I ate lots of tofu in different variations that were new to me. I didn't know tofu had so many types of textures, and I didn't even understand what it said on the package or what I ordered sometimes. Uh, the the language barrier was a big challenge,
Right.
and well, yeah, same thing like rice and miso soup, ramen soup. Oh, ramen is is heaven.
Oh yeah. What was the best ramen you had in Japan?
Oh, I don't remember the place, but it was uh, a hidden ramen place in the subway station, and it had only vegan ramen. It was so good, and I think the broth was made with peanut butter or something. It was not pure miso. It was also with peanut butter, and it was so good. Wow. Oh, I will dream about this soup tonight.
It sounds like it's a reason to go back to Japan.
You read my mind.
No,
Actually, yeah, it this thought keeps yeah, keeps popping up in my head sometimes. And Japan is a great destination for wrestlers. It opens you many new possibilities, and maybe one day I will be back. Uh, at least for training, there's so many gyms that I can train at, and maybe I will take the chance someday.
Definitely. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you competed in Japan, so um, there is a very good possibility that you will be back.
Yes, there is.
Now, you competed in OPW's first ever women's match against Harley Cash. There's not a lot of firsts in pro wrestling. So what did it mean to you to be the first match for OPW?
It's an amazing feeling to be one of the first women ever in that company, but it's also a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but I am willing to put myself out there and just show them who I am. And I like that feeling. I like to be the one woman who who wins the fight against Holly Cash.
Is like moments like that? Is that a moment you take in when it's happening, or is it like a moment that kind of comes to you afterwards? Like, wow, I did that.
Probably now that I think about it, it's probably more afterwards. It takes some time to realize what actually happened during a match, after the match. Same same with winning the title. It's something that I've always desired for such a long time, and I've been working so hard for it. But the moment I won it was just like time stopped. And especially the day after, it's like I wake up, I see the medal, and yes, it actually happened. And I love remembering this moment for a long time.
All right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. But you trained in Texas and Los Angeles in pro wrestling, no?
Exactly. Yes, you did a lot of research.
Yes. What was that experience like? Because it's very different here than in other places.
I I want to compare it to training in Japan first, and the difference was I can actually understand what the coach wants. In Japan, I could not because I don't speak Japanese.
Right.
And uh, that's what I really liked about training in Texas. Oh, I understand what they want, and so it's easier to do what they want. But another challenge was uh, some some basics they do very different from what I learned. But and it took some time to adapt to their techniques and however they do some spots uh, during the training. And so I was happy to stay there for more weeks and to so I can learn how they do it. And it it gave me so much more motivation and energy to keep training and to become a pro wrestler. There were so many good trainees. I am amazed how many people like doing it in America. In Austria, I'm one out of 5 women pro wrestlers, and in America, so many more women do it,
Yes.
and that's that's just amazing to see that you're not the only one.
Where in Texas was you training? Which promotion?
I went to 2 different schools, mostly to TASW, Texas All-Star Wrestling,
Okay.
in Houston, and then I also went to Booker T's school.
Reality of wrestling.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, exactly.
Was there any talk of you wrestling when you were training?
What do you mean?
When you was in Texas, when you were training, was there consideration for you to have a match?
No, but I didn't ask. I had some other things to do. I was not there only for the wrestling, and it didn't fit my schedule. So I was just happy to keep going to training while I'm in the States, and that was just perfect for me. So I can learn some new skills and then uh, use it for my advantage in Austria.
Okay, so you wasn't in America for pro wrestling. You just took the opportunity.
Yes.
May I ask what you were doing in America?
I had a private job to do.
Okay, fair enough. Um, on another note, as you probably guessed, we like food on Wrestling Wit. Texas, not the most vegan friendly place. So, what was you eating?
What? There are so many options. Like there's vegan burgers everywhere, or French fries, or I could eat French fries only if you ask me. And Chipotle, I love that. Once it was a little too spicy, but that was my bad. And so in America, that was not the problem. There are so many options for everything, and yeah, I I just I just love the burgers.
I mean, staying in Los Angeles, it's very vegan friendly, if I do say so myself.
Yes, true.
Right. Um, Now, you are a pro wrestler, and when you go on the road, some weird, crazy, and bizarre things can happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that kind of embodies that?
Hmm, let me think. Well, sometimes when I travel to another show in Austria that is outside Vienna, so inside Vienna we don't have to hit the road actually. It's just a few stops by the metro station. And so whenever I have a match outside and we are on the road for a few hours, uh, it happens that I see some fans uh, driving to the same show at the same time. And it happened once that they were driving next to us and waving at us and like, hey, we're going to the same show. And that was fun to see. It's like, oh, wow, they're going there now as soon as the wrestlers, to be there so early, to have the best seats. And that just warms my heart. It's amazing that there is such great support from the fans, and they take as much time as the wrestlers do to go there.
That's an awesome story. Now, I'm not going to use the German name for this because I'm going to butcher it. But you was on a TV show called Truth or Dare?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Oh, you literally know everything. Wow. Yes. Let's just stick with the name Truth or Dare. I was invited as a wrestler, and one of the challenges was wrestle an actual pro wrestler, and the guests were celebrities, Austrian, German celebrities, and one of them, I was actually a fan of one of them, and I had the honor to body slam her in the grass. That was so much fun, and I'm so happy she chose this challenge with me. And yeah, it's just great to show people on TV who did not decide to watch wrestling, but we have the possibility to show them what wrestling is. It was just performing one move on a celebrity, but it's the chance for me to show who is Betty Boa.
What was it like being on, a TV set?
Oh, that was definitely a new experience, because on set they can just say, "Oh, it didn't look good. Do it again." And I'm not used to that. In the ring, I have to deliver. I have to perform at my best, and there is this one chance. But when on set, when the other celebrity f's up something, like they sneezed or I don't know, tripped in front of the camera, they can just say, "No, restart. We do it again." Okay, fine. I've got time.
I believe the person you body slammed was Tara Tabitha?
Yes.
Alright. Now, keeping on the same topic, you was in a music video.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that experience, and how did that come about as well?
So one day I got a DM from the band Wolverine, and they asked me to perform in their new video. They quickly sent the idea of what they want, and at the same time they hired another wrestler, and of course I knew her. I knew her from before. I've wrestled her, and in the video, the storyline turned out to. You probably watched it, right?
Yes.
So the storyline turns out that I team up with her, and we fight the white prick. He's not even presented in the video because it's not necessary what he looks like, and it's not important to see what he looks like. And we we wrestle him instead. And we even did it on stage one time. When after the concert, when they played the song, Moxie and I came on stage to wrestle the bad man, and I think it's such a great idea to visualize what men sometimes do in this society, and we as strong women pro wrestlers fight him.
And I mean, it does seem like it was an awesome opportunity and experience. Um, like you said, doing a cut action, but it is in the wrestling ring. Was that a challenge?
It wasn't even a wrestling ring. It's a boxing ring.
Okay.
Yeah. And the fight didn't even happen between Moxie and me, so we always had to cut before we even got to start fighting, and that was an interesting experience because we were heated up against each other. There was an actual crowd in the video who was rooting for me and for her, and like Betty, Moxie, and I just wanted to start the fight. I was so ready, and then the lady behind the camera said, "Okay, cut. We got it. Thank you. So okay, and what now?
So just continue.
After that, I felt like I have to put my energy somewhere. I wanted to wrestle so badly.
Little impromptu match for the crowd.
I think the second day we actually did it. Yeah, true. For the small crowd, we did a small match.
That's awesome. It seems like it was just as much for you and Moxie as it was for the crowd.
Yeah.
Well, going from
sorry to interrupt you, but I want to say this. Wrestling is for myself. It's I didn't do it for the fans. Of course, I'm really happy about the fan base and everybody who supports me, but I still do it because I like it, and I'm happy that other people like it too. But as long I will do wrestling as long as I like it, not other people.
Oh, absolutely. Now, going from a music video as a wrestler, prior to pro wrestling, you were in a dance group?
Yes, that's true. I performed at championships in jazz music, modern, contemporary ballet, different music styles, and also I worked in the dance group of musicals in the music theater.
You must have been very good if you actually, competed competitively.
Yeah, I was never in a professional school that you go to on a daily basis. I went to training like 2 or 3 times a week, and for that I was really good. Yeah, I did it until I was like 20 years old, but then it kind of faded away because I I moved and I didn't have that group anymore, but the desire to perform in front of people never went away.
Was there any memorable moments that stick out to you from that time?
The road trips were always fun to go somewhere for a competition, but also the moment when you enter the stage and wait for the moment when your music starts. It's a unique feeling.
Okay. Now, is there any meaning behind the octopus tattoo that you have on your arm?
I think it's a cool animal, and I like animals. That's all.
Okay. What about the snake tattoos?
The snake tattoos, same for them, but you kind of have a guess that that snakes mean more to me. It represents my character, my wrestling persona, and my strength.
I mean, Betty Boba, I would imagine there is some meaning or significance to the snake when it comes to you.
Yeah.
Alright. Um, can you tell us about getting lost in Turkey?
Where?
Turkey, the country?
Oh, well, yes. On my way back from the Philippines, it's a long way to travel through Asia. I kind of got stuck in Istanbul, in Turkey, and well, for I think it was like 4 or 5 months, I I could not come back to Austria, and I stayed there. I worked out a lot. I went to the gym every day, and I just used the time uh, to how to say to to get stronger, to come back stronger as ever before, and it worked. It worked. I ate so much.
You're telling me a vegan liked being in Turkey?
Yes. Oh my God, the food is amazing. So much bread and soup and rice and beans, everything.
And speaking of, traveling again, um, while you were in Texas, you stole somebody's boat?
No! Oh, it's a misunderstanding. How could you? No, I, I thought it was my boat, really. But it turned out that the lady, then she came with the paper, and yes, okay, officially it maybe was her boat, but I was just taking it out for a ride. Okay, can we talk about something else? I came back for the wrestling match. That's the most important, okay? I
Fair
I
enough.
came back and I wrestled. So that was the video about.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just going back to tattoos for a moment. Is there any ideas for tattoos in the future that you would like to get?
Not right now. Probably I will get more, but I don't have any specific ideas for now.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first three songs on your movie soundtrack?
Definitely my entrance song. It's Snake Bite Betty by Triple One.
Okay.
And then the Cobra by Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
I love this song so much. Do you know it?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it's so good. Megan, she's like my favorite female rap artist, and this collab with the metal band. I forgot the name, but yeah, Megan. Oh, she's queen. And the third song, probably an older one. Let's take Black Sabbath, Paranoid.
All
Also a
right.
good one.
Speaking my language. All right. Definitely a solid three picks right there. Now that we have the soundtrack down, then we write the script, and then we go to casting. Who plays Betty? And you can't say yourself because you are contractually obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Oh, wow. I will probably quit the contract. A movie without me? Sorry. No, just kidding. It's a difficult question. Who would play me? Um, I I have to pass on that question. I don't know.
Okay,
I will think about it and I will let you know, okay?
fair enough. All right. Well, that brings us to the third part of the question. Every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be three people in your movie significant to you in your story? And we'll just leave casting to casting.
Mm, so you want three important people from my life and their cast.
Yeah, who would?
Can they play them? Can they play themselves?
Yes, they could play themselves.
Okay, humongous.
Okay.
Uh, Great coach, great artist, very authentic. He knows how to play his own character at the best. And then Rosie, she's she's literally my senpai. She is my training partner. She is in my wrestling life forever. And then uh, and Marie. I have to call out Marie. She's nobody knows her in the wrestling business because she's my roommate, my very best friend, my travel partner, my uh, not to say manager, but she helps me out whenever I need something related to wrestling. She even went with me to Japan. She's amazing.
That's awesome. All right. Now, do we know who plays Betty in the movie?
No, not yet.
The casting will be revealed at a later date.
Yes.
But you could pre-order the tickets now.
Sure, yeah.
Now, I do have to ask, do blondes have more fun?
No, no. Redheads forever. I will not go back to blonde. Not for now. But never say never. But red hair is so much more fun in any. Yes. everywhere.
Okay. So maybe never again, but maybe again.
Yes, my words.
Hey, that's pro wrestling for you right there. Alright, on to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Oh, it's okay-ish. Not my first choice. It I would never choose it, but I'm okay with people who like it. You know, there's always this hate between like, oh no, you can't do that. Oh sure, I never without the pineapple, and then people hate each other because they eat it. But I don't really care. I I would not order it on my pizza, but yeah, please people eat whatever you like.
So you're neutral in the debate.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I will not wrestle for that. I will not wrestle for pineapple on pizza.
Well, in America, there was a pro wrestling event that was purely based around people that liked pineapple and hated pineapple.
Wow.
Yes.
You Americans don't have problems, right? Sorry, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, there was, and some people that were neutral did get in the crossfire because, like, because his tag team partner didn't like pineapple, he was automatically on the team that didn't like pineapple.
Okay, in that case, you really have to trust your tag team partner.
Hey, I mean, clearly he did.
Yeah.
Right. What's your spirit Pokemon?
I don't know Pokemon. It's I don't know anything about it. So I guess Pikachu, the only one I know.
That's fine. Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
Which size?
It's about the size of a shoe, I would say.
Uh, yes, I would. Sure, why not?
Alright.
Probably my signature moves are hard to do on this one. Uh, but I could try some power moves. Normally my opponents are very strong and heavier since I got to train with guys mostly. So I would just throw them around the ring. The rock.
Alright. Well, for context, there's a wrestler named Psycho Mike that wrestled an actual Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Wow.
That's,
I want to watch it. I want to watch it. Maybe it's meant to be to do that one day.
I will send you the video.
Thank you.
Yes. And just so you're aware, that's what they're doing in Canada. America had nothing to do with that.
Let's go to Canada.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Uh, Definitely in Europe, maybe another country, but this I can't really answer this question right now. No, no specific plans in 5 years. I see myself as a pro wrestler, as a better pro wrestler than now, and I will be performing.
Okay. And is there a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off what Betty is all about?
So to all the people in Austria, the next really important show is on March 8th. It's an all women, including trans persons, show in Vienna at Weberknecht, and there are even two shows on that day at 5 p.m. and at 8 p.m. Be there and see the World Championess Betty Boa.
Is there a match we could see that you're in on YouTube right now?
Probably, yeah, sure. All the WUW shows are on our YouTube channel, and you can watch it on Real WUW TV.
Is there one match that you would like people to see specifically?
A good one was last year's match against Joe Bravo. He's he was a challenge because wrestling a man is always different than wrestling a woman. But still, my advantage was I was taller and I like using that skill against my opponents.
Okay, and we can find that one on YouTube, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Real WUW TV.
And I will go on YouTube and I will find that match and I will put a link to the match in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen it, wants to see it, wants to re-see it after this interview.
Perfect.
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is our speed round or bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Toxic Tickler.
Worst wrestler.
I don't know any bad wrestlers.
I will give you the default answer. You have chosen Eva Marie.
Oh. This is how it works? Okay.
Yes. You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Rhea Ripley.
Oh, can you repeat that?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, okay. If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
Wow. The Undertaker.
Which version?
All of them.
I mean, we got the original, we got the Limp Bizkit, we have the Kid Rock, we had the Ministry.
Limp Bizkit, okay. If you want it that specific.
Yes. Alright. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Dead.
we would have also accepted taste great on toast.
Good one.
Squash, vegetable or fruit?
Sports.
It's, oh, what did you say?
Squash is a sport.
Oh, a sport.
What? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I will accept that answer.
Thank you.
New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
You asked me about men or women.
In general.
It's difficult to generalize this, but how to answer it? It depends on how much you want to reveal.
Okay, so to each their own?
Yeah.
Okay. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No.
And that is the correct answer. And
Oh, I'm glad I passed.
that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
You too. I really like the questions.
Absolutely, we like to keep it interesting for our guests. Once again, where can we find all things Betty Boa on social media?
The best is to follow me on Instagram. It's Betty Boa WUW.
And we could get merchandise by DMing you, correct?
Exactly, yes.
Alright. And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all her social media will be in the description of the video below, or on YouTube in Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Buy a damn shirt. Alright. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us tomorrow as we interview Bryson Blade, and join us every Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews. Follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Dread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Okay, Betty, when I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For our very special guest, Betty Boa, Coleco Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling Wit
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.